know it's been what, 2 months since I made a video, for this channel. I'm not really sorry, because I've been involved in this other creative process, and which is writing and also solving other issues, but mainly the writing, which is great. I was able to filter out a lot of the noise that I was getting from doing a lot of side activities, plus the things that, well, inherently happen because it's life. So I was thinking, hey, you know what, let's come back with a video in nature, because that's what I feel most comfortable. This is how actually I start making videos, because when I lived in Hamburg, it was the only place where I felt like I can connect again with myself, really. And I just felt really nice being in nature, so I thought, okay, let's just use what we have here, the park right here. So I hope I'm going to do more of this stuff, as long as the weather is nice and I feel inspired. And I will eventually come back to a more regular type of video upload. But in the meantime, I just wanted to update you with a lot of the things that have happened in my life lately. So one of the thing was that 3 weeks ago I changed the internet service, and I never in my life thought that I will have so many problems with new service of internet. That's just ridiculous, but it is what it is. And we switched from Verizon to Optimum, not necessarily by kind of like choice, but kind of like forced. We had let's say the person that introduced us to Optimum was kind of like pushy. It's not that I cannot say no, but I was like, okay, the attractive part here would be the upload speed, it's high, and the download or whatever. Anyways, so the service was installed, and immediately I started to have like huge headaches. And I was like, okay, this is not okay. It's like I never had these problems, even with that stupid router that I had, and the only place I could actually set it in was I had to put it in our bedroom, because that was the only jack in the house that was working. So even with that, of course, we would have to shut it down at night. We never had that kind of problems. With this one, it was just this. Oh, now I have mosquitoes. Great. I'm next to a water, so what do you know? So I had I had to work out somehow a solution. I can't live inside my own home if I'm actually with this type of device. So I immediately went out and bought some crystals, because I read that, okay, if you put those a certain type of crystal, then you will get less radiations. Yes, but the type of signal that they were using, which is radio, whatever radio waves, is not really agreeing with my biology, obviously. And I'm one of those people that is, among other things, electromagnetic sensitive. So I never in my life thought that I will react, so violently to this type of electronic device. And I was panicking, because I was thinking, oh my God, I just switched to another provider, and I can't even use internet. I can't work. I can't do anything. It's like, this is insane. So in 2 days, we had to figure out something. In the meantime, we discovered that if you put tin foil, it takes out absorbs a lot of this radiation. And I felt immediately, which was great. But then I just decided I'm not going to use the router that Optimum gave me, and we bought a new one. We had the service installed on Saturday, and we replaced it with a new one on Monday. And of course I sensed a difference, and it was much better, but still I could feel the other device, which is the modem. So we decided, okay, you know what, I'm still gonna keep the tin foil, and now I cover the entire area where these devices are. It's kind of unpleasant, but whatever. So this is how I have survived all these weeks. That's kind of unpleasant. And 2 or 3 days ago, I had to change the modem because it broke down. Not modem, the router. And it's funny because this came as me doing a certain whatever technique, as like dissolving a certain pattern and whatever, and then of course the router died. Awesome. So we went to replace it. Thank God we had a nice lady from Walmart to help us, because the product is supposed to be returned in 15 days, and that was already more than 15 days, which was really nice. And I explained to her this is the first time since we were in the US, when we have this type of problem. Yeah, long story short, things are back to normal, sort of. But I never expected to actually have this type of like problems. This type of I never really thought that this is something that is going to bother my existence. So yeah, I'm sorry that this video is mostly about this stuff, but that's what I've been busy with, among other things. I would like to have some feedback from all of you out there that are like electromagnetic sensitive, and what do you do when you have situations like this? Is like, what other products did you use to protect yourself? If you have other tips, I would love to hear about it, because health is more important than anything else, so that is major. And yeah, another thing that I've noticed, which now it's separately from this whole modem router internet situation, concerning the process of, let's say, ascension and energetic changes, is that I feel in the last, I think, maybe 3 months now, I feel like I've crossed this threshold where I don't feel, it's not that I was negative before, because that's not necessarily my vibration, but I feel like I've just jumped to real positivity. What do I mean by that? Is that we have moments when we have situations and we get angry or annoyed or whatever, and then you end up jumping into a discussion, and if you're not aware, that can spiral and just grow into something that you cannot, I mean, it's hard to control, and then you're sorry because you should have stopped. And the emotions, the mental, the response is very different. And what I've noticed that in some of the situations that I had to face that were of that nature, is that I could observe that that situation was, if I would continue, I knew that this will not end well for me energetically and like as well-being. I mean, you feel sick if you continue with that. But then again, the positive thing was that I knew that I don't have to, and I stabilized at that point to a plateau where I wouldn't necessarily have to just derail completely, and it's like, oh my god, now I have to pick up myself, and it's going to take a long while to recover or whatever. So I think this is one of the most, it's a subtle change, but it's a very important one and a very strong change that I felt in the last few months energetically. And all sorts of insights that I receive, like healing certain things, for instance, because I have started doing tapping EFT a year ago. And those of you who are actually doing EFT and have noticed where are the blockages in the bodies, and in my case, I had this like sensitive area on my shoulder, right shoulders, where things were really stuck, and I was looking for those things, just like what are the roots, is like what is the cause here. And certain things came up, I would clear them, but there were things that were still like compacted, and I couldn't just like dissolve them and feel like my whole uncompleted. But luckily, in this past month, a lot of clearing and a lot of healing, it kind of happened automatically. But then I got this insight where I felt, wow, it's like, why didn't I know about this earlier? Like discovering pain bondages, let's say between me and my sister, but not necessarily something bad. It's like when you want to protect the loved ones, and it's like you want to take all of it on your shoulders so the other won't feel the pain, and suffering and whatever, and that bonds you, and it transfers a lot of the stuff that the other feels, and not just it's easier for them, but it's harder for you because you have your own stuff to deal with, and then you pick up the other things from the other and whatever. And that was one of the things that happened this week, when I terminated this like pain bondage, and I said, okay, it's time for a new type of bondage, because I cannot help myself to move forward, and I cannot help the other move forward if I'm still here. I deleted those things, and magical things happened. And as I said, I discovered when I actually had that realization, my lung, it just like decompressed. It's like there was like this spot that was just like stuck, and all of a sudden it just like it opened, and another part of my lung is working properly. So it's a lot of healing going on for everyone. I don't know what's your level, but I'm just sharing a few insights. Okay, I think it's quite a long video. I'm gonna make another next time, talking about more things. Have a lovely week. Probably I'm going to post it tonight. Tonight is Sunday, or Monday next week. Have a great week, and see you next time. Bye.